Hello, Artie Goddess here. I hope y'all are doing well today. May this message resonate with you. May you always use true discernment within every message. May the divine guide you, bring you the truth, the wisdom, and the clarity that is needed for your life, for your journey, and for this moment. Thank you all so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your positive energy. And thank you for your listening. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, thank you for those who share. Thank you for those who send super thanks. I really just appreciate all the love and the positivity. I really, really do. Although I do not see the shares that you all share, for whatever reason, I'm not sure why, but when I go into the YouTube studio, I'm able to see where there has been shares. So I do want to, let that be known that I do not see who share it, but it just lets me know, how many shares that have been shared. Okay, wow. So this message, for whatever, it is seeming heavy, but it's not going to be heavy for you all. It's actually, I'm believing that it's going to lighten the load for you. I believe that this is going to feel light for you. But for me, the heaviness, I believe I made it heavy because of the emotions that come with it. There's some emotions that I'm not going to even try to control it. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to even try to control the emotions. So whatever y'all get. I'm going to just be honest. But I've already set the intention for the message. But as I was coming to do this message, I felt this. And I just believe that's because it may be emotional. It may be triggering. And, but it is definitely going to bring forth the healing, the truth, and, what is needed for you in your life. Also, yeah. So I have here individuality, change, right action, and delusion. These are the first four cards. Individuality. This could be speaking on, like, this is the journey that you're on right now as an individual. You may have, isolated yourself from people. But really, this isn't just only speaking from, like, isolation. This is speaking of the journey of, this is something that, we're all learning as a whole, that this is an individual journey. That this is a, individual earth school. Well, basically what the card says, it says every person has their own personalized study plan in this earth school. And basically, going back to what I was saying is, a lot of people are realizing this as a whole, that we all have our own individual experience, and we're learning, and that there's some growing and learning that we have to do as an individual in order for this to be, to be grand. There's some individual growth that needs to be done. There's some individual healing that needs taking place, and this is bringing forth a huge change. And I believe with right action here, it's speaking on, this being the right action, and we choosing to let everything that wants to go, such as hurt, pain, trauma, things that don't serve us, and let what is the truth that is meant to come for, the truth to come in, the truth about who we are, the truth about what we are, why, what we here for, or why we here, and just things like that. And this is, taking away the delusion that we have, that may have been this is taking away that delusional energy of, what has been, and we're learning more how to set intention on our growth. We're learning how to set intention in our lives, and this is helping us, we're learning how to surrender, and this is helping us move forward in this. We're clearing, and with clearing here, receiving here, divine source here, and gratitude, we're clearing out the things that no longer serve us, and we're learning how to receive. We're learning how to receive this truth. We're learning how to receive who we are, and we're trusting in divine source, and we're learning how to be grateful for it. Now, this is something that we're doing as an individual, and because we're doing this individual, this is something that is going to help as a whole, because when one person do it, it changes everything, and this helps the energy of of divine plan. This right action is all a part of the divine plan. And with gratitude here, it's speaking on, that gratitude is what can bring the vibration higher, giving thanks to the divine, giving thanks to divine source of, our growth, being here with us through our healing, being here with us through our growth. And this is beautiful. This is beautiful. There may be someone that may have a platform and could be speaking out about something. Also, this is, before I go into that speaking out, I know I've spoken of like an individual. There's also someone who has decided to get into this energy of truth about who they are, of how divine they are, of how, of how divine they are, and, to experience this, this life without judgment, without criticism, without doubt and fear. You're choosing to really surrender. There we go. You're choosing to surrender to the experience. You're choosing to surrender to the journey. You're choosing to surrender and get that truth. And this is allowing a lot of change in your life. And you may be having doubts and fears about this, but this is the right action, because you're no longer going to be delusional about who you are. You're getting into the truth, and you're clearing out that energy that no longer serve you, and you're getting into the energy of receiving what is truth about who you are, who the divine is, and what's around you. And you're going to be trusting in divine source more. You're doing this now, and you're learning how to trust in divine source with gratitude as well. Having gratitude. Your gratitude is also helping you with this energy. Going back to what I was speaking about with someone could be speaking out on like a platform. This don't even have to be a platform. Maybe you're not even, maybe you could just be speaking out, expressing yourself, speaking the truth, your truth, speaking others' truth. Maybe you're a person that don't like bullying. I'm getting bullying. This is where the heaviness was coming. I'm getting bullying. Maybe you've learned something from bullying. Maybe you were once bullied, and you may be an advocate of that. You may be an advocate of that. I want to get this right. You may be an advocate of that. Because maybe when you were little, maybe when you were smaller, you may have gotten bullied a lot. And this may have triggered a lot of hurt in you, a lot of pain in you, a lot of trauma in you. And as you were younger, you probably could not grasp the reason of, as children, like everything we're learning now as this individual, I'm going to go back a little. Everything that we're learning now about this individual, of how, powerful we are, of how divine we are, of how loving and caring and compassionate we are. This is who we were when we were children. Before, we started learning certain things, before we start gravitating towards the certain things that we were gravitating to, or attracting, or being in energy that we were in. This was natural. Through time, there was learned behaviors. Through time, there was learned behaviors, and not just on yourself, but on others as well. And so you may have, going back to what I was saying, like, you may have gotten bullied in the past, and because you were in this energy of, being divine, being your, your authentic self, loving, just being loving and kind, you may have been around energy that was bullying energy. This happens when we're in school. This happened in, in middle school, teenage years, even elementary, And what I'm getting is, this bullying may have caused a lot of trauma within you, because you couldn't just grasp your divine self, couldn't grasp this world at that time. I hope this is making sense, and I'm not trying to trigger anyone. I'm not a physician. I'm not a psychiatrist. This isn't me, trying to act like I'm in any of those fields. This is me giving a message and letting everything that needs to come. Okay, so going back to what I was speaking on, you've learned so the bullying is what triggered you. The bullying is what had you, feeling as though you're inadequate. And so you may have had an awakening through your life that bullying caused a whole bunch of trauma within you. That bullying may have caused a lot of trauma, a lot of pain. It may have made you feel closed off. It may have made you feel unheard. It may have made you feel unworthy, undeserving. And in this time, you may, as you're growing, as you're learning, as you're awakening, this is something that you could have just went back to, of what you could have just went to this root. There's a root of this, and you may be learning that this is the root of a lot of things that have went on in your life. And so you're learning in this time, you're learning the roots, and you're learning in this time that the truth, you're learning the truth and who you are. It's like you're going back into that. And this is why that self-love card that be coming out as well, speaking of, taking care of that inner vulnerable child and having compassion. You're learning how to have more compassion and grace, and this is what's helping you get to that place of truth and who you are as well. This is how this is helping you. It's helping you get into the truth and who you are, and it's also helping you heal that pain from the past. I know that may have been everywhere, but that's for someone. And so because you've healed that, this is something that you could have done, or this is something you're doing now. For those who have done that, you could be now speaking out about bullying and how it, and how it has affected you, and how it takes, you may just be expressing yourself in a powerful way, and you're allowing yourself to be divinely guided. For others, this is something that you're growing through and you're learning, and this is something that you will be speaking about. You're being guided right now to ground more. I have the grounding card here, and it fell on right action. Wow. I have your spirit of fire, shine your power unreservedly. Yeah, this is something that someone will be doing or already doing. You're speaking truth. You're speaking truth for not only yourself but others as well. It's like you're standing up for others. It's like you don't like that bullying and stuff. I'm getting it. You're expressing yourself more. And it's not in like, for some, it may be in like a very nonchalant way, but for others, it's also like in a wise way as well. It's like, not saying that, those that are expressing it in like whatever way that they're expressing is not wise. But what I'm saying is there's a more understanding to, because of the journey that you went through of healing and learning and growing and evolving. This is how you're teaching it. You're teaching it. You're no, well, you could be teaching it. I didn't even mean to say teaching. I meant to say speaking. You could be teaching. You could be a teacher. But you're doing it in a way of understanding from both parties. You know, you're doing it. You're doing it. You're letting your power shine. For some, you're doing it in a way that, you know, you're expressing yourself and you letting that fire help you take the action. You letting that fire, you know, shine in it, and you speaking your truth. And this is the right action, because you're helping others. You're helping others remove illusions. You're helping others remove the illusions about who they are and about who others are. Wow. Vision. You had a vision. Wow, I cannot make this up. I give you confidence in your divination talent. So going back to what I said, this is something that someone's already doing, or this is something that is being, you know, that this will happen. You've been given a vision. So for some, you're preparing for this because of this vision you had. Others, you're taking action in your vision. You're taking action in your vision, and you have the confidence in this time. You've already prepared, and you're taking action. For others, you are, you know, building up the confidence. You know, you are building up that fire within, activating that fire within, so that you can, you know, attract that vision, so you could take that step in those visions. I can't make this up. It says creative fire. Reveal your creative talent for an inspired life. You could be doing it in many ways. And it does not have to be just with bullying. That's just a message that was, you know, this message isn't just for bullying. This could be for, you know, you expressing yourself in any way about truth, about, you know, how divine we are, about, you know, healing, about solutions in healing. This is something that you could be expressing yourself about, and helping also, you know, inspiring others to do as well. And this will help you for those who are doing it. I have here intuition twice. This is something in your intuition that you're being guided to do, or there's some downloads that you've been getting. There's something in your intuition you may be guided to listen to. This is something you already intuitively know. There's some downloads. There's some visions. There's some downloads that you've been getting. It could be through your dreams. It could be through your dreams. There's something that you see in the divine's lens. There's something that you see with your third eye, or there's something that you're being guided to see with your third eye. It's a talent that you have that you're being guided to see with your third eye and express yourself. You've already gotten the vision, but there's something that you're being guided to, you know, to see it in the divine's lens. And this, I'm also getting to, because there may be something that you, for some, there may be something that you may be afraid about. You know, maybe you're afraid that you're not going to see it in the divine lens. Maybe there's some emotions. Okay, maybe for some, this is why you're preparing. Maybe there's some emotions that are still, you know, being released in this time that you're being guided to surrender to. And you're being guided also to be grateful for that you've gotten through that. Because, and this is not for me to trigger anyone who knows someone, who knows this from a person. But there are some people that have not made it as far as you in your life because of what you've been through, or because of bullying, and you're being guided right now to have that gratitude, to know that you are blessed. And this is why even more this message is speaking for you to see it through the divine lens, and to use your heart's wisdom and let it be the guidance in this time as well. For someone, you're being guided to change your energy, to do something that'll change your energy. Dance with life. You're being guided to, maybe you're in an energy, maybe you may be emotional in this time, and you're being guided to release those emotions. And you're being guided right now to do something to help change your energy. What are some hobbies? Maybe there are some hobbies that you can get into, or doing the things that make you happy in this time. Because I have here longing for a home, belonging, the original light workers. Wow, this is speaking of you being a light worker. This is all, and I know that some of you that have been on this journey or are on this journey, you just be wanting to go home. And it's not the home that you live in. It's not the home that you could just go up the street to, or, the home that you grew up in. This is the home that you feel as though, your original home, where you really, really came from, that light, that source. You've been longing for this energy. There may be times where you're like, why am I here? You have this dense energy of, why am I here? You don't belong. Inside you, that you don't belong here. It's not that you don't belong here. It's like, that your soul calls for someone somewhere else. I'm getting someone looking up at the stars and just knowing that, they are a part of it. Looking up at the sky, knowing that your home is, out there, or, knowing that you came from maybe a different galaxy, maybe a different source, a different energy. Not even different, that it's just, I can get into detail of that, but we'll be here an extra 30 minutes. But I know that those who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. But this is a part of the light worker, being a light worker. You're here for a reason. It's because of who you are. It's because of how divine you are. It's because you care. It's because you care why you're here. And I know that sounds backwards, but it's because of how divine you are, how loving you are, how compassionate you are. And this is why you are here, to be a light worker. You've always had this energy, and people may have called it different type of things, but you've always had this energy. But and people may have taken advantage of you in this energy. People may try to play you in this energy, but you've always been protected in this energy, always. And this is why you're being guided to continue to trust in divine source, and continue to be grateful, and to continue to be grateful, and to know that you're always going to continue to be protected as well. This is why you've been protected, because of who you really are. And that's another thing I wanted to say. I'm so glad I said that. It's because I've spoken this before. It's like I spoke of, leaving people alone because you don't know who they are. And this goes back to that physical, looking at people from the physical, doing the, when it comes to bullying and, stuff like that. This is why whoever energy this is that I'm speaking to, this is why you are speaking what you are speaking, or being guided to express yourself in the way that you're being guided to express yourself. Because you know who people are in it to their core, truthfully. And you know what it's doing to the individual, and you know what it's doing as a whole. And this is why you're this light worker. But going back to what I've said, it's even more powerful than that. It's like going back to going back to the message that I said yesterday about you don't look like what you're going through. You don't look like who you really are. Like, I'm not talking about this big, powerful, egotistic being. I'm talking about you're a divine being. And the bullying, it's like, it's just, I've said in the message before of not messing with people because you don't know who they are. You don't know who people are. Like, you don't know. And I say that, I don't know why I always say it with this much energy, but you just don't know who people are. And it's all, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that because there's time I had to grow to learn this. And I never have just been a disrespectful person in the first place, for one. But just learning who I am, learning from my experiences, just observing other people, you could really be talking to a whole angel, a whole nother entity. You could really be, oh gosh, I'm gonna keep going. This is why I say it so much truth though. You never know it's really important, because you don't know what's protecting this person. You don't know who, you don't know, just because, we own, there's so many people just looking at things from the 3D. There's things that's way more potent and higher just than the 3D. And if we saw as individuals who we really are, we would not treat people, ourselves or people, like that either. That's how I'm gonna just sum it up. But when a person really lock into who they really are, all the illusions, all the illusions and the delusional things that has been attached to them and all that, it goes right. It gotta go somewhere. I know I'm everywhere with this, but I just got a feeling that I know some of you all know where I'm going, what I'm talking about, where I'm going, and all of that. I say it with love though. I really do. But yeah, you are a light worker. Whoever I'm talking to about whatever you're being guided to do, or you are doing. This could be on a platform. This could be, in your home. This could be something you're doing in your home, expressing yourself, speaking your truth, learning and growing and, teaching others or showing others or inspiring others in your home, in your neighborhood, in your school, to do the same. It doesn't have to be this grand big thing. It can really, be as simple as that. You are a light worker, and this is why you've been protected, like you've been protected. This is why the energy around you is very powerful, because it's a reason that you are even here. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Wow. So things are changing on a cellular. Why am I doing that? Cellular level, as an individual and as a whole. There's a deep healing that is happening. Also, when you express yourself, this changes things on a cellular level. Cellular level. Going back to what I was saying though, you just never know who people are. Going back to that home thing, yeah, this is something that you may feel often, especially in this time as you know, growing, you know, especially in this time where you know, trying to really just dive into the deep depths of who you are. You may just be like, sometimes, you know, I just want to go home. I know that feeling. But the beautiful thing is you're not alone. And you're not alone energetically. You're not alone as an individual. There's other people that feel this energy as well. Creating heaven on earth is happening. Wow. Now don't that just make you smile? This is what is happening. As you're growing, as you know, others growing, creating heaven on earth. And it's already happening. And also this is a message of, you know, there may be things that may be going on physically, but you're being guided to see it through a spiritual lens, through the divine's lens, to see it higher. Because it's not what you see. It's what you feel. And this is something that you can feel as well. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. I have here rite of passage. You have the rite of passage to do something. To do what you're doing. You have the rite of passage to move forward. You have the rite of passage to create this, to be a part of creating this heaven on earth. You've been training for this. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Wow. The age of light. Wow. Wow. So if this message could be, so if it's not happening to me, it's happening for me was a message, this would be the message. This would be the message. You have been the light all along. You've been training for this for many lifetimes. Self-sufficiency. I have it. The ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying I don't need people. Instead, it's saying God is my source and I'm willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. So this is it. This is something that you may are needing to, you know, affirm for yourself, or this is something that you're being guided to, you know in this time that, you know, the divine is your source. The divine is your source. God is your source. And that you are really I've been stuttering a lot in this message. That you are willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. So this is a reminder to rely on the divine for your health. I have here health that just came out, so maybe it's relying on the divine for your health or for the things that you're needing in your life. But I have here health that just came out. It says, allow me, divine, to be tender and accepting of my body no matter what ailments I may have. Ailments. May I always know it's doing the best that it can. Help me be a loving ally and friend to this sacred form. That could be another thing. Maybe also when you were younger or as a teenager, There may have been some health issues. There may have been some health energy that that may have caused, certain obstacles. I'm gonna say experiences in your life, and you have had to grow stronger in these areas. It was all a part of the divine plan. I just saw divine timing as I was shuffling. I just saw it again as well. It didn't all the way come out, but I saw it twice. It was all a part of the divine plan, because there's something that you're going to be doing with it, with what you've been through about your health. There's something that divine timing is here again. I'm going to just read it. I'm not going to put it, I'm just going to read it. The divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we're prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. There's a reason. There's a reason for this, of why you went through it. And you're going to be expressing yourself. You're going to be expressing what you or others with this health energy have had to experience. And it's going to help people remove certain delusions and illusions from those that didn't know of it. Wow. It's going to help bring awareness, much needed awareness. Contentment. You can learn to rest in what you already have and already are. Suddenly you remember, I'm right here resting in God. So contentment right now, and following after it, is positivity. And this is a reminder of being content on where you are in your life right now. Learning to know that this is something that you may have had to learn to be content. Or this is something that you're learning now. And you're learning contentment, and you're learning that everything happens for a reason. You're learning that you're right where you need to be. Contentment in that energy, and followed by positivity behind it. Positivity is speaking of being more positive on this subject, on this matter, where you are in life. The card says, if you can find even one thing to be grateful for, it will restore you to the light. Please, dear God, let me always feel gratitude for something, even a tiny thing, in even the hardest situations. Wow. So that's a reminder of being positive. Yeah, there could be some challenges that may be going on. I see challenges at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to read it. Unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arms. If you are open, please take over, divine, and guide the right actions. Please take this burden and show me your will. Wow. So I think that will go to exactly who it needs to go to. I believe that's that message. I believe all of it's going to resonate to whomever is, needing to resonate. But I was saying that as it could be separate, or it could be for the same individual. So I really hope that this message resonated with you. Sending you so much love and light. Also, before I go, I was going to say this at the beginning, but I didn't want this to be this big long. Okay, so thank you all so much for, your shares as well. I'm grateful for the super thanks. I'm grateful for your positive energy. I'm grateful for your love. I do want to say, though, I do not always matter of fact, the shares that you all share, the only reason why I know is because I go into the, the YouTube studio. And I see where there are shares, but I do not. At first, I used to could be able to see who shared who shared the messages, but I don't see that anymore. So I just didn't want anyone to think that I'm ignoring them. Sometimes even the comments, I don't see them 2 days after, because some of them be held for review sometimes, and I have to go and approve them. I have to go and approve them sometimes, because I guess they really care about, the new creators, and be wanting their self-esteem to stay afloat, because some people can say some, we're not going to get in that energy because we don't allow that energy here. We are positive, we are loving, we are kind. I, give that, and I expect that to reflect. Okay, so I did want to say that about the shares. I do not see who share the messages. I don't. I just can see that, it has been shared through my YouTube studio. So I just wanted, and also with the comments, I don't get to see all the comments. Maybe the very first day or the very first, minutes, or, sometimes it's just, there may be a delay. So I just wanted to make that be known as well. But I'm very, very grateful. As I said before, I do get this. I see it. I see it all, and I'm just super, super grateful. Thank you all so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you for the subscribers that has been here since day one. I really, really appreciate it all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.